guys, Mike, the old Sarge here. Looking to give a little common sense, a little, I don't know, common sense, maybe a little more sense of this isn't as bad as it's made out to be. Um, we all know that the current administration in D.C. is fraudulent. It is it's a stolen, fraudulent, unlawful, unconstitutional administration. And they're going to pull a bunch of shenanigans. We've seen this stuff before. We saw it back in the mid 70s under the peanut farmer Jimmy Carter. We saw it in the early 90s with the Clintons, Bush, both of them, by the way, and Obama, and now the Biden administration. I've never seen a bigger bunch of frauds, crooks, thieves, pedophiles, and Lord knows whatever else. And I see everybody going, "Well, buy more guns, stock up on more guns, more ammo. Got to get ready for war." Some of us have more ammunition, weapons and ammunition. We could take over the Middle East by ourselves. Come on, folks. Ain't gonna happen. It should have, but it ain't gonna happen. And our military's not gonna do a jack squat because they're being gutted. Okay. Minor rant's over. So where do we go from here? Well, we've seen this. Oh, gee. Gas lines. Where did we see this before? Oh, the early 1970s? And we came through that. Climate change. Back in the 60s, in the 70s, we heard global cooling, ice age, and whatnot. And then along comes Clinton and all his cronies. Oh my God, it's global warming, and now we can't do this and we can't do that, and you can't use the CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs. Bunch of hogwash. It's all in order to attempt for certain people and groups to make lots of money and gain power and influence. Listen to the national nitwits. Okay, pay attention to them, but don't pay them any credit. Watch and listen to your local, what goes on in your state and in your counties and in your cities and in your neighborhoods, because that's going to have more influence on you than, say, the nitwits in D.C. Okay? So where are we going and what are we going to do? One, plant a garden. Okay, that's pretty. If you don't have the space for a garden, pick a window that faces south, get some planters, and plant some stuff in there. There's a lot of real good books on indoor gardening, and the company that shall not be named actually has indoor planters specifically that has indoor grow lights and whatnot. I prefer to use a 100-watt LED light bulb that shines down on my indoor plants for in the wintertime. Tell you what, that does great for dealing with wintertime blues if you've got something green growing. Okay? Invest in some books. And I don't mean just ebooks. I've got lots of them too. How about paperback, hardback books to save? These won't go away. Books do not go away. Information may change, but basically they're good. Okay, so, and go learn some new skills. Go sign up with your local Red Cross and learn some first aid skills. Go to your local 4-H club, like your county fairs, and talk to some of the kids who are growing and doing stuff. Okay? Reach out to them. Create a MAG, a mutual assistance group. These are people who are like-minded, who have different skill sets, and can pull in a common direction. Okay? You don't need the door kickers and the trigger pullers. You need the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. You need the electricians, the plumbers, the carpenters, the mechanics, the gunsmiths. For people who can heal with herbs and primitive skills. Even the midwives. People who can teach kids, the little ones. So we're not talking about the nitwittery that we're seeing in the schools today. We're talking real schools, real stuff. The reading, the writing, and the arithmetic. Okay? And then, I see everybody, well, you must have a home-based business. Well, yeah, something for trading. You could do some trade. I make mead, and I trade. I don't sell it. So you guys from the federal government and state government, I don't sell my meads. I trade, I give them away, but I do not sell. You gotta network and whatnot. And if you don't know how to, just go to a local farmer's market and start talking to some of the people there. Go to some of your favorite hangouts and start talking to people there. And lo and behold, you're going to come up with a bunch of like-minded people with different skill sets to pull in the same direction. I, for one, cannot pressure can to save my life. Skill I've not quite been able to. I can't hit a barn from the inside with a bow and arrow. I can fish decently. I can use an air gun really well. I can use a crossbow halfway decently, if I have to. Different skill sets, different people. One of the members of my MAG, he is a firefighter paramedic. Another member of my MAG is an electronics gee whiz kind of guy, amongst other skills. We have somebody who raises sheep, goats, and rabbits for their uses. And rabbit droppings make great bunny fertilizer. I use a lot of herb bunny fertilizer in my gardens and in my tree, around my small trees that I've planted so far. And they're taking off quite well, too. So, and one of the best pieces of mine I can tell you, turn off the TV. Turn off the national news. Turn on something else that's not so bothersome and is not going to irk you, and keep clear mind. Okay? Yeah, watch the news for some of the local stuff. Local weather. Some of the other stuff that you see going on. Okay? You need to know what goes on more locally than you do nationally. That doesn't mean it doesn't affect you, but just pay attention to what goes on locally. Also, set up a communications network that your members of your MAG can reach and talk to each other. I use different methods, and I don't rely on this, and I don't rely on the cell phone. I use CB, and I use the FRS Family Radio Service, and because they're not licensed. I prefer not to have any more federal involvement in our life, due to the fact I have heard stories and rumors of the FCC raiding homes of those who have ham radio and GMRS radio licensures. Do I believe it? Don't know, but I've heard enough to give me pause. So let's step back, grow our green thumbs, say a prayer to your God as you see them being. Now, your God is different than mine. Hopefully it's the same guy, but how I envision him is different than, say, what somebody else envisions him as. So, go out, have fun, and enjoy yourselves. Don't let the world get you down. Okay? I'm Mike. I'm the old Sarge. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm right here. Semper Fi. Carry on.